Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are fine and doing good. In the last session we have completed electrochemistry, physical chemistry chapter. In this session I am going to start P block elements. So two more chapters left. One is P block elements, second one is D and F block elements. So in our first year course we read already first year group elements, second year group elements, and third year and fourth year we have discussed 13th and 14th. So the left S block contains two groups, first year and second year, completed in first year. P block contains 6 groups. So in that 13th and 14th groups completed, and the left groups in P block are 15th group, 16th group, 17th group, 18th group. All these 4 groups given in our second year course as one unit, that is P block elements. After that the next block is D block and the next block is F block. In first year S block completely discussed. In P block only 13th group and 14th group discussed, but 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th not discussed. We need to discuss now, that is as P block elements. And also D block and F block not discussed, not given in the syllabus. So D and F block is another unit. Now in this session I am going to discuss P block elements, which contains 15th to 18th group elements. In this course we will discuss. Now P block elements, the differentiating electron enter into, differentiating electron means the valency electron enters into P sublevel, that is called P block element. If it is in S sublevel, called S block element. If it is in D sublevel, that is called D block element. Here the differentiating electron enters into P subshell called P block element. Introduction we read in the first year course. And in P block there are 4 groups we need to discuss in the second year course: 15th, 16th, 17th and 18th group elements. Now in this session I am going to discuss 15th group elements. Now 15 group elements, otherwise it is also called group 15 elements. Group 15 elements, 15th group elements or group 15 elements. So this is nothing but a nitrogen family. It means starts with nitrogen, that's why called a nitrogen family. These elements also called nicogens, right? And students, this is all under theoretical data. Write notes perfectly. So maximum under theory only, right? These are called nicogens. Nico means suffocating odor, irritating odor. Genis means production. So because of suffocating odor, it means irritating odor, it is called nitrogen family. 15th group elements called nitrogen family because starting with the nitrogen. Elements are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Nitrogen, it is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, it means it is stibine actually, named as antimony, bismuth, antimony and bismuth. These are the elements. First 2 elements are non-metals. Second 2 elements are metalloids. It means intermediate between the metal and non-metal. Last element is a metal, it is. Last element is metal, right? So this atomic number is, I am writing atomic numbers here students, 7, it is 15, 31, 50, 33, it is 51, and the last one is 83, 33, 51, 83. These are atomic numbers, remember. Okay. Now, few points we'll discuss now. First one is occurrence of these elements. The first element is nitrogen. How it available? So nitrogen, especially in atmosphere, available as a nitrogen gas. 78% by volume of gas in atmosphere is nitrogen only. 78% by volume of nitrogen is present in atmosphere as gas. Atmosphere as gas. Okay. Also existed in earth crust. Earth crust existed as which one? KNO3 and NaNO3. Potassium nitrate and sodium nitrate. KNO3 is called Indian saltpeter. Indian saltpeter. NaNO3 is called Chile saltpeter. Chile saltpeter. Peter means a rock structure. Salt, rock salt structure, nothing but. It is available in Chile country, in American continent, and it is in India. That's why it is called Indian saltpeter and Chile saltpeter. And nitrogen as proteins. Nitrogen existed as protein in plants and in animals. Plants and in animals. This is the occurrence of nitrogen. The next element is, after this, phosphorus. How do occur the phosphorus? Phosphorus existed as apatite. Phosphorus existed as apatite. Apatite. So first one is fluoropatite. Fluoropatite. It means Ca3PO4 twice CaF2. This is called a fluoropatite. Next, chloropatite. Chloropatite. Ca3PO4 twice CaCl2. This is a chloropatite. Like this it exists. Phosphorus can also exist in milk as phosphoprotein. What is that? Phosphoprotein available in milk. Phosphorus is also present in bones. Present in bones. Okay, this is the occurrence of phosphorus. Next one is arsenic, antimony, bismuth available as sulfides. It means arsenic sulfide, next bismuth sulfide, antimony sulfide, like that. Very less abundance. Order of abundance is, first most one is phosphorus, nitrogen, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. This is in earth crust, very very important. It is not in atmosphere. Order of abundance of which one? 15th A group elements or nicogens in earth crust is this one, order it is. Okay. Next students, electronic configuration. After this, electronic configuration of 15th group elements. Yes. Electronic configuration of 15th group elements. First element is nitrogen. Nitrogen atomic number 7, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. That is, last shell I am writing 2s2, 2p3. Before that 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. 1s2, 2, 2s2, 2, 2p3. Total is 7. Next it is 3s2, 3p3. Next it is 4s2, 4p3. Next 5s2, 5p3. 6s2, 6p3. This is the electronic configuration. Before 4s, 3d10 is there. Before 5s, 4d10 is there. Before 6s, 5d10. And before 5d, 4f14. Very important. So down the group, f and d orbitals will be completely filled. Now simply general electronic configuration of 15th group elements is s2p3, ns2, np3. N may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct? Ns completely filled. Np will be, this is 1, 2, 3, ns2, np3. It is completely filled. And this one is half filled. It is not incomplete, it is half filled. Completely filled and half filled, both are stable. So stable electronic configuration for which one? 15th group elements. That's why few properties are varied, right? This is electronic configuration. Few periodic properties we will discuss. Periodic properties. In that, the first one is atomic radii. Atomic radii means plural number, radius means singular number. Atomic radius classified into two types: covalent radius, ionic radius, atomic radius. A covalent radius or ionic radius or whatever the radius, that is nothing but a size. Generally in groups top to bottom size increases. We read in the first year course, you need to remember. So top to bottom generally atomic size will be increases, because the differentiating electron enters into different levels. If you observe, it is second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level. It is second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level, sixth level. Size will be gradually increased from top to bottom. So that's why, because of differentiating electron enters into the which one? This one. Covalent or ionic radii. Covalent or ionic radii. From which one to which one first? Nitrogen to phosphorus considerably increased. Considerably increases. It means 10, 20 like that increases. After phosphorus, the increase in atomic size is very small. So from arsenic to bismuth, there is a small increase. There is a small increase in radii, small increase. Actually 10, 20, 30, 40 like that. But 10, 20, 22, 24, 26 like that. But not 30. Approximately I am telling. Because the reason is, from arsenic to bismuth, d and f orbitals will be entered. The d and f orbitals have poor screening effect. So here d and f orbitals are there, poor screen means weak screen will be formed, and the outside electrons 6s2, 6p3 and 5s2, 5p3 will be, because of this poor screen of d and f, those will be attracted towards the nucleus. Getting all of you? Due to poor screening effect of f and d orbitals in last bottom elements, the outside electrons will be attracted towards the nucleus. It means size will be decreases actually. Actually size must be 20, 30, 40, 50, but size because of this effect 20, 30, 32, 34, 35 because of poor screening effect of which one? D and F element. Because of poor screening effect of D and F orbitals or electrons in arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Okay. Next, after that, ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy means the amount of energy required to remove an electron from outermost orbit in gaseous state called ionization enthalpy. To remove electron, how much energy required? That is called ionization. Generally, from top to bottom, ionization enthalpy will be decreases. Top to bottom, ionization enthalpy will be decreases because top element is a smaller element, bottom element is a larger element. Okay, top one smaller, bottom one larger. Smaller one means there is a great attraction between the nucleus and outermost electron, difficult to break. Larger one means more distance, less attraction, easy to break. Easy to break means less energy is required, that's why it decreases energy. Because reason is because size increases from top to bottom. Size increases, easy to remove electron with the least energy, right? And ionization enthalpy of 15th group elements and 14th group elements, if you compare 15th group elements more than 14th group, because 15th group has NS2 NP3 configuration. 14th group has NS2 NP2. It is stable configuration. It is unstable configuration. From stable configuration, difficult to remove electron with the least energy. That's why need more energy to remove electron. Getting all of you? Because of stable electronic configuration. Next, electronegativity. Next one is electronegativity of 15th group elements. Electronegativity. Electronegativity meaning is the tendency of attraction of electron. Top to bottom generally, electronegativity top to bottom generally decreases because size increases, very difficult to attract the electron, that's why electronegativity decreases due to which one? Increase in size. Reason, electronegativity. This is. Next, metallic character. Metallic character. I am writing completely all those. Okay. Generally from top to bottom, atomic size increases, metallic character also increases. Metallic character means electropositivity. Bottom one is a metal, already I told you. So metallic character increases, density increases simply. Density why increases? Mass increases from top to bottom. Nitrogen 14 and for bismuth the mass is 209 grams. Mass increases, then increase in volume. So reason, increase in mass greater than increase in what is that? Volume. The increase in mass is higher than increase in, more increase in mass, it means mass greater than volume. That's why mass increases, density increases, and even boiling points also increases. Top to bottom atomic size increases, metallic character increases, density increases, boiling point also increases. It means topper one is less boiling point, bottom one is more boiling point. Next, few physical properties of 15th group elements. Physical properties of 15th group elements. First of all, nitrogen is diatomic gas. Diatomic gas. Diatomic means existed as a N2. It is a gas. Next, remaining all elements like what is that? Phosphorus, arsenic, antimony are tetraatomic solids. Tetraatomic solids. Bismuth is monoatomic metal. Monoatomic solid it is also. First one is nitrogen gas. Because of a smaller size, it can form a pi bond, then forms N2 gas, right? Second one is solids, okay. Now, nitrogen forms a triple bond. Nitrogen forms triple bond due to small size. If size decreases, orbitals can be sidewise overlapping taking place. Size increases, there is no sidewise overlapping, there is no pi bond formation. Due to small size, nitrogen can form triple bond. Next one, nitrogen is chemically inert at room temperature. Chemically inert at room temperature, because triple bond is there between nitrogen and nitrogen, difficult to break, high bond energy. It is due to high bond enthalpy. It is due to high bond enthalpy. 945.4 it is 945.4 kilojoule per mole. It means to break the NN bond, you need to apply that much of energy. That's why. Okay. Nitrogen and phosphorus are non-conductors of heat and electricity. Next element is stibine and bismuth are which one that is? Okay, arsenic is a poor conductor. Arsenic is poor conductor of heat and electricity. Stibine and bismuth are good conductors of heat and electricity. Heat and electricity. Because bottom one is a metal. Metals are good conductors. That's why top to bottom conductivity increases. Topper one less conductance, bottom one more conductance. Right? Top to bottom, generally from top to bottom, it means from nitrogen to bismuth. Nitrogen to bismuth. Melting points will be gradually increases. Melting point will be increases actually. From nitrogen to phosphorus, melting point increases. From arsenic to bismuth, melting point decreases. Reason? So, as per electronic configuration, due to inert pair effect, it is due to inert pair effect. Inert pair effect. Inert pair effect is possible in lower elements. Lower elements are nothing but these are inert pair effect is nothing but, just observe first shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell, fifth shell and followed by the sixth shell. Here it is 6s, 2, 6p3 I am taking, 5, it is 5d10, it is 4f14 actually. Getting? So these two can forms a weak screen it is. Weak screen nothing but a poor screen of d and f electrons. Then these s electrons are attracted towards the positive charged nucleus. S electrons means a negative charge. Configuration is 6s2, 6p3. So these s electrons are attracted towards the nucleus, and only these electrons participate in bond formation. Participate in bond formation. Right? Only 3 bonds are formed because of poor screening effect of f and d orbitals in the bottommost element. These electrons does not participate in bond attracted towards nucleus. The phenomenon is called inert pair effect. It means s electrons not involved in bond formation, only p electrons. So that is called inert pair effect. Due to that effect, only p electrons, only 3 bonds formed. So top to bottom, number of bonds formation tendency decreases. That's why melting point will be decreases. Inert pair effect, due to which one? That is poor screening effect of d and f electrons. D and f electrons. Understood? Yes. Next, after this, inert pair effect definition, students. Inert pair effect. Inert pair effect. The reluctance of s electrons in bond formation called inert pair effect. Reluctance means s electron not participate in a bond formation called inert pair effect. Next, after that, chemical properties. Till now we have studied periodic properties, physical properties. Now I am going to discuss what are the chemical properties and chemical reactivity of 15th group elements. Yes. Chemical properties of 15th group elements. In that, first one is oxidation states of 15th group elements. So general electronic configuration of 15th group elements, GEC means general electronic configuration, NS2, NP3. If these 3 electrons removed, plus 3, removed means deficiency will be happened. Obviously plus, deficiency indicates plus in chemistry. If these 2 also removed, 3 plus 2, totally 5, right? General oxidation state of 15th group elements is plus 3 and plus 5. Getting all of you? Generally top to bottom, it means from nitrogen to bismuth, plus 3 oxidation state will be increases, minus 3 oxidation state will be decreases, plus 5 oxidation state also decreases. Plus 5 means 5 electrons must be removed. 5 removed, then forms plus 5. Last one, 4f14, 5d10, 6s2, 6p3. Just now given, because of poor screening effect, these electrons not participate in bond formation, only 3 electrons removed, then only plus 3 possible for the bottom element. Understood? Because of poor screening effect of 4f and 5d electrons, the s electrons not participate in bond formation, attracted towards nucleus side, it is nucleus side, attracted towards nucleus side, only 3 electrons participated. Yes, plus 5 decreases plus 3 only increases, because for this, due to inert pair effect, simply inert pair effect, only p electrons lost, plus 3 possible but not plus 5. Minus 3 decreases, minus 3 decreases. Reason, students, minus 3 means, minus 3 meaning is 3 electrons gained. Gaining of 3 electrons less, because the reason is size increases for the bottom element, attraction of electron will be decreased, because size increases, minus 3 will be decreases. Getting all of you? This is the reason for oxidation states. Next one, nitrogen exhibits, nitrogen shows plus 1, plus 2, plus 4 oxidation states with oxides, in oxides. It means when nitrogen combined with oxygen then forms plus 1 oxidation states, plus 2 and plus 4 oxidation states. Phosphorus can also exhibit plus 1, 2, shows plus 1, 2, plus 4 oxidation states in oxoacids. Oxoacids means phosphorus combined with hydrogen and oxygen then forms oxoacid, like H3PO3, H3PO4, HPO2, those are called oxoacids of phosphorus. In case of nitrogen, if you observe, in case of nitrogen, all oxidation states from plus 1 to plus 4 tend to disproportionate. Disproportionation means one undergoes oxidation, another one undergoes reduction. Tend to disproportionation in acidic solution. In acidic solution, equation is 3HNO2 gives rise to HNO3 plus 3HNO3 gives rise to HNO2 plus H2O plus NO. It is H2O plus NO. This is the equation, students. 2NO, HNO2 it is HNO2, HNO3 it is, then 2NO it is 2NO. That's okay. HNO2, students. N this one and this one is like this. Okay. Oxidation states you have to calculate in a different way, students. Observe. Hydrogen plus 1, oxygen minus 2. There are 2 oxygens. 2 into minus 2, minus 4. Minus 4 plus 1, minus 3. Minus 3 must be equal to 0. It means plus 3 it is. Plus 3 oxidation state. Okay. Next, come to this one. In this, plus 1 hydrogen, 3 into minus 2 for oxygen minus 2, 3 into minus 2, minus 6. Minus 6 to plus 1, minus 5. Should be equal to 0 means plus 5 is required for this plus 5. Nitrogen oxidation state in HNO3 is plus 5. N nitrogen, actually it is. We need nitrogen oxidation states only. Oxygen is minus 2 actually. Minus 2 must be equal to 0. That's why it is plus 2. Okay. It means plus 3 is intermediate between the plus 5 and plus 4. Plus 3 lost 2 electron becomes plus 5. Plus 3 gained 1 electron becomes which one? Reduced. So this is reduction and this is oxidation. Redox reaction, it is a disproportionated redox reaction. Comproportionated, many are there in redox reactions. It is a disproportionation reaction. Okay. Next, afterwards. Similarly, phosphorus also. Similarly, phosphorus, intermediate oxidation states, intermediate oxidation state can also disproportionate. Intermediate oxidation in acidic or alkaline medium. In acidic or basic medium, whatever the medium that is. By equation we will discuss. 2H3PO2 gives rise to, so that is H3PO4 plus PH3, H3PO4 plus PH3. I will calculate oxidation states for phosphorus, students, in all these cases. Phosphorus, 3 hydrogens, 3 into plus 1 plus 3. 2 oxygens, 2 into minus 2 minus 4. Minus 4 plus 3 minus 1 must be equal to 0, means plus 1 it is. Next, 3 into plus 1 plus 3. 4 into minus 2 minus 8. Minus 8 plus 3 minus 8 plus 3 minus 5. Minus 5 must be equal to 0, means plus 5. Here phosphorus oxidation state required. 3 into plus 1, what is that? Plus 3. Plus 3 must be equal to 0, minus 3 it is. Right, students? Okay. So phosphorus plus 1, 2 plus 5. Increase in oxidation state called oxidation. Phosphorus plus 1, 2 minus 3. Minus 3 means gaining. It means reduction. Yeah, plus 1 is intermediate between the plus 5 and minus 3. It is a redox reaction, a disproportionation redox reaction. It means one oxidation state undergoes oxidation as well as reduction. That is called disproportionation reaction. Now the topic is, so nitrogen and phosphorus oxidation states are undergoing oxidation as well as a reduction, disproportionation. But remaining elements will not undergo oxidation and reduction at a time. To undergo oxidation and reduction, we need 1, 2, 3 different types of oxidation states required. They should gain electron and lose electron, both. But in arsenic, antimony, bismuth, only one oxidation state is stable, remaining are not stable. If one and only formed, there is no redox reaction. If two or more are there, oxidation and reduction possible. If only one oxidation state is there, there is no oxidation and reduction, right? In case of arsenic, antimony, bismuth, there are no disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction. It means redox reaction. Oxidation states are not involved in redox reaction. It means not oxidation, not reduction, because only plus 3 oxidation state is stable. Remaining oxidation states are not possible. To get the redox reaction, we need 2 or more oxidation states, but in lower elements only one oxidation state is possible. 2 marks question, very important it is, right? Nitrogen restricted to maximum covalency. Nitrogen, if you observe, students, the first element, that is nitrogen configuration is 2s2 2p3, s 1 orbital, p 3 orbitals, 2 electrons, 1 2 3, right? Here 1 plus 3, totally 4 bonds only possible, maximum. Yes, number of bonds formed by an element called covalency. Yes, nitrogen restricted to maximum covalency, that is 4 only. It means 4 bonds only, because if the paired electron shifted to the next one, then chance to exhibit 5 bonds, 6 bonds, like that. But there is no d orbital in nitrogen, because 2s 2p, 2d is not possible. In second shell, d orbital is not possible, right? Because non-availability of d orbitals in nitrogen. Very, very important 1 mark question, right? Restricted means stopped, only maximum 4 bonds possible by nitrogen. But for other elements, covalency extended means increased to 5 and 6 also. It means nitrogen can maximum forms 4 bonds only. Remaining elements in this group can form 4 bonds, 5 bonds, even sometimes 6 bonds also. Because availability of d orbitals in nitrogen 2s2p, 2d is not there. In phosphorus 3s3p, 3d possible. Next one 4s4p, 4d possible. So if one empty extra orbital possible, this electron jumps there and number of orbitals increases, obviously number of bonds also increases, right? Next, anomalous properties of nitrogen. Anomalous properties of nitrogen. Nitrogen means the first element in any group can show unique properties, because the first element is very small, non-metal, high ionization enthalpy. Because of that special characters, it can exhibit anomalous means unique properties. Nitrogen is gas, remaining all are solids. Nitrogen only forms pi bonds, remaining not formed 5 bonds. Nitrogen is chemically inert at room temperature. Nitrogen only forms pi bonds. These are the anomalous properties. I will write on the board, students. Students, because of small size, high ionization enthalpy, high electronegativity, non-availability of d orbitals, nitrogen shows few unique properties when compared with other elements. In that, first one is nitrogen is diatomic gas, remaining all are solids, and tetraatomic. So nitrogen forms pi bonds. Because of the smaller size, there is a sidewise overlapping chance to form pi bonds. Nitrogen contains only p orbitals, there is no d orbital in nitrogen. That's why p orbital of one nitrogen, another p orbital of another nitrogen will be sidewise overlapping. This is called p-pi bond. Pi bond is between two p orbitals of two nitrogens. That's why p-pi bond. But in case of phosphorus, chance to form pi bonds, 3s2, 3p3 is the configuration for phosphorus. And next one is 3d possible in phosphorus. That's why p and d orbital of phosphorus can undergo sidewise overlapping, p-pi d-pi bond. D orbital of first phosphorus, d orbital of second phosphorus can also undergo sidewise overlapping. That is called d-pi bonding, pi bonding. It means in nitrogen only p orbitals involved in the sidewise overlapping because of non-availability of d orbitals. In phosphorus, p-pi, d-pi and d-pi bonds also possible. P-pi, d-pi, d-pi bonds are not possible in nitrogen, right? Next, the catenation capacity of nitrogen is very less. Nitrogen does not show catenation capacity because N single bond mentioned clearly is weaker than phosphorus single bond and arsenic single bond, because N smaller one on this nitrogen has valency electrons of 5, 2s2, 2p3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These electrons can be repelled with each other. Electron charge is negative. On this 4 electrons, on this 4. So fifth electron involved in bond formation. So here 4 electrons. These will be repelled with each other. So because of that repulsion, this N single bond is weaker. Weaker means chain forming tendency will be less. That's why catenation capacity is very, very low. This is about Which one, students? Catenation capacity. The next one is, after that, reactivity towards hydrogen. Reactivity towards hydrogen, oxygen, halogens, metals. It means reaction with different compounds with 15th group elements. Reactivity towards hydrogen it is. How 15th group elements react with hydrogen? 15th group element react with hydrogen, then forms metal hydrides. These are hydrides simply. These are called hydrides. Here E may be nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, whatever it is. If E is nitrogen, NH3, phosphorus, PH3, arsenic, ASH3, stibine, SbH3, bismuth, BiH3. Ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stibine and bismuth ion. So, top to bottom, it means from NH3 to BiH3. Stability decreases because BiH3 bond length is very high, NH3 bond length is low. Between nitrogen and hydrogen bond length is low. Between bismuth and hydrogen in BiH3 bond length is very high. You can easily break this weaker bond. That's why stability decreases. Next, weaker bond means hydrogen removed. Removal of hydrogen is called oxidation. Itself involved in oxidation, acting as a reducing agent. It means reducing nature increases because itself involved in removal of hydrogen, nothing but oxidation, acting as a reducing agent. In NH3, hydrogen difficult to remove, difficult to undergo oxidation, difficult to acting as a reducing agent, right? Next, basicity decreases. Basicity decreases meaning is BiH3 is a weak base, NH3 is a strong base. Topper one strong, bottom one is a weak base, because the reason behind this, top to bottom if you observe, bottom one is Bi, it is BiH3. It is electropositive element, metallic element, less electronegative. Less electronegative means less electronegative. It means these electrons are not attracted towards which one? Bismuth side. Obviously, at this area, less electron density. Less electron density means more electron density means more repulsions. Less electron density means less repulsion. Okay. Now, basicity. Reason for basicity is yes, size increases. For size increases, repulsions between the lone pair and bond pair will be decreases. Repulsions decreases, these lone pair will settle easily. It means cannot be donated. Not donation means less basic. More donation means more basic. Reason. Okay, because the reason is when size increases, repulsion between lone pair and bond pair will be decreases. Hence, donation of electrons will be decreases. Basicity will be decreases. Donation decreases, basicity decreases. Electron donor is called base. Right, students? Similarly, size increases, bond length also increases, bond strength will be decreases. Length increases, easy to break the bond. Getting, students? This is about hydrides. Next one is, after that important one, reactivity towards oxygen with air, nothing but. How do 15th group elements can react with oxygen? When these group elements react with oxygen, forms oxides. Yes, E plus oxygen gives rise to two oxides, E2O3 and E2O5. This is trioxide and it is pentoxide. Trioxide, pentoxide. Getting all of you? Where E may be nitrogen or phosphorus or arsenic or stibine or bismuth. Whatever the element that is. Getting all of you? Yes. Now, first one is trioxides, E2O3, pentoxides, that is E2O5. So 3 into minus 2 minus 6 shared by 2 atoms, minus 3. Minus 3 must be equal to 0 means oxidation state is equal to plus 3. 5 into minus 2 minus 10. It means each oxygen carries minus 2 charge. 5 oxygen means 5 into minus 2 minus 10. Minus 10 shared by 2 atoms. It means minus 5 for each atom. Minus 5 must be equal to 0 means plus 5 is the oxidation state. Oxidation state increases plus 5. It means 5 electrons are deficient. It can accept 5 electrons. It can accept only 3 electrons. More electron acceptor is more acidic. It is more acidic. It is less acidic. It means a strong acid, a weak acid. More acidic. Charge increases. Charge increases. Polarization increases. Obviously, covalent character increases. It means pentoxides are covalent. Next, charge decreases, it is plus 3. Polarizability decreases. Polarizability decreases. Okay, polarizability decreases. Becomes ionic. Read in first year course, observe carefully the notes, you can understand the covalent character and just simple. Charge increases, covalent character, charge decreases, ionic compounds. Pentoxides are, what are they? Covalent. Trioxides are ionic, right? More acidic, less acidic also plays key role in that. Next one, few oxides I will take, N2O3, next one P2O3, trioxides simply. So that is first one N2O3, P2O3, S2O3, Sb2O3 and Bi2O3. Trioxides I took. If you take trioxides, first two are non-metal oxides, nothing but acidic in nature, and second two are metalloids, nothing but amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric in nature. Last oxide is a metallic oxide. Metallic oxides are basic oxides. It means top to bottom. Top to bottom. Observe carefully. So acidic nature of oxide decreases. Topper one is acidic, bottom one is basic. Basic nature of oxide will be increases because bottom one is basic. Increases basic nature. Getting all of you? Next, after that, reactivity towards halogens. Reactivity towards halogens. Reactivity towards halogens. How halogens react with 15th group elements? When 15th group element treated with halogen, this is X2 means halogen, then gives, so 2 of EX3 plus EX5, EX3, X5, where E may be nitrogen or phosphorus or arsenic or antimony or bismuth, whatever it is. X may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, whatever it may be, X, right? So now we'll compare with which one, that is EX3, and EX3 is called trihalide it is. Next one is EX5. EX5 is pentahalide it is. EX5 is pentahalide. For example, I am taking PCl3, it is PCl5. Example I am taking. 3 chlorines are there, each chlorine carries -1 charge. 3 chlorines means 3 into -1, -3 must be equal to 0, means +3 is the oxidation state of phosphorus. 5 into -1, -5 must be equal to 0, then we will get +5. +5 is the oxidation state of phosphorus in pentahalides. +3 is the oxidation state of phosphorus in trihalides. Oxidation state, nothing but charge decreases. Charge decreases, this is ionic, just now given, remember. +5 means oxidation state, nothing but charge increases, covalent. Pentahalides are covalent. Next, charge decreases, weak acidic. Positive charge increases, positive oxidation state, more acidic. So pentahalides are more acidic, trihalides are less acidic. Pentahalides are covalent, trihalides are ionic, very very important, students. This is the ionic nature of which one, that is. Next, after that, reactivity towards metals. Reactivity towards metal. Okay. How these elements react with metal? When metal react with this one, then M3E2 it is. For example, M may be metal, may be sodium or calcium or magnesium or zinc or iron, whatever the metal that is. Next, after this, E is whether it may be nitrogen or phosphorus or arsenic or antimony or bismuth, whatever you can take, any element. Then, for example, I am taking metal is calcium, I am taking Ca3N2. Next, okay, may Mg3N2, otherwise Mg3N2. Next, Zn3N2, anyone you can take, no issue here. Metal nitrides will be formed, Ca3P2, Ca3AS2, calcium nitride, calcium phosphide, magnesium nitride, magnesium phosphide, like that anyone you can take. Exceptional one is very very important. For example, Ca3N2, I am taking Ca3N2. N2, 2 nitrogens are there, I don't know oxidation state of nitrogen, taken as X. 3 calciums are there, each calcium charge is +2. So 3 calciums are there, 3 into +2. No charge on this species, that's why equalized to 0. It means 6 plus 2x equal to 0, where x equal to -3. You will get x equal to -3. It means nitrogen or 15th group elements shows -3 oxidation when react with metals. The conclusion is right. 15th group elements show -3 oxidation state when reacts with metals. Very very important it is. 15th group elements show -3 oxidation state when react with metals. With this reactivity completed, students, we will start nitrogen compounds and phosphorus compounds in our next session.